I might have to reset the router at Stutchery of Ernst. Okay, Ernst, that's the desert. Hang on. Wait, Ernst is there. Ulak is... Okay, so that's Sleen. There's Lormel Mountains. Okay, here's Ulak. I said Ernst and Ulak was over there, but Ernst is over here on the other side of the frickin' Greyhawk. Okay, hang on. Hi, also welcome. We're doing Greyhawk tonight, and I was just getting a few things set up, and then I kept getting, my internet kept being all weird, and you know how it is. But the one thing I wanted to do, so my plan on having a setup like this is, we have to go. Okay. Yeah. So what I'm gonna do is do it like this and like this, so I can. I'm not Sarah. That's not my name. But I'm from New York. Well, okay. I'm currently in New York, not the city, but out a little bit from the city. Let's see. Hey, that's pretty cool. So it's county. So the principality is the only one that has access to the ocean, which is good to know. Then we got the county of Uluk and the duchy of Uluk. Oh wow, that's kind of at the way opposite end of New York. If it's the falls I'm thinking of. If it's Niagara, that's way up north. So, whoa. Okay. Entirely up north. Way on the opposite side of the state. But what I was going to do was Greyhawk Online. So, okay. We're gonna do a thing. But, no, it's, Dungeons and Dragons. I actually did not change it. I usually, when I do my Greyhawk days, I do, what's the technical term? I changed the, um, the, the Twitch from, so I changed the there's a technical term. The I changed it from role playing games to not Lord of the Rings. Sorry. I changed it from role playing game to from tabletop RPG to so that it's to Dungeons and Dragons specifically. There we go. I knew there was a thing I did. So what I'm not even going to ask why you think my name is Monica. That is just, I'm not even, well, it doesn't matter. Anyway, no, this is created by Gary Gygax, Dungeons and Dragons. The original Gary Gygax created world, not the Forgotten Realms, which is newer and was created mostly by Ed Greenwood, who was, worked with Gary Gygax back in the day when he was alive, but, and including on Greyhawk, but tends to be more, not Greyhawk. It's Lord of the Rings. Forgotten Realms. Lord of the Rings is Tolkien, and they specifically did not use Middle Earth as a setting because, you know. Oh, so what I wanted to do is go to the Ulic states. We're gonna do my county and the principality. So that's the Darlene map. That's the original Darlene map. So the principality is the only one that has any we might have to do this. How are we gonna? Oh yeah. So we're gonna go and uh-huh. What was I planning to do? Sorry, one thing you learn about my streams is that I get very distracted very easily, and it's easier if chat distracts me because I get undistracted a lot easier if it's that. But, you know. Okay, so the Duchy Ulic is an elven monarch populated by elves and humans. Okay, oh, sorry. I know the flicking thing is annoying. Then we got the county is ruled by a monarch who must be part of the druidic hierarchy. Interesting. Realm is populated mainly by humans with large halfling and gnomish minorities. So it is mostly humans. So when Lord Gazimba did his stream on Ulic, I didn't get to watch the whole thing. It was actually a couple years ago now. But humans indoors with a significant halfling minority. So freaking a lot of humans also. But I mean, humans are just entirely so I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna open we're gonna do Duchy we're gonna start with, so what he put forward as a suggestion was that the three Ulics were separate because they were different of the population and different races in the special term, not in the other terms. But so what I can then do is all right. Okay, hang on. I go to here. Alright, so my point on that was, okay, well, we're losing viewers apparently, but that's cool. I don't mind. I'm hoping, certain other parties will show, up later, in which case, no, not that one. Not that one. I need the one up here, which is, okay, so basic, theory is, okay, so we're actually going to stream on Ulic, and hopefully we get some more people come and say hi later. I would really appreciate it if anyone would like to stop it. I would appreciate it if anyone wants to come by. But well, you know, if no one wants to come, we'll just hang out. All right, so we're gonna start. I'm gonna start with the principality. So principality is political state in the Flanaess. One of three Ulic states, the two being county and duchy. Living Greyhawk Gazetter. That's 2000. Okay, so. Oh, Prince. Okay. Okay, Hierarch. Greyrax. Okay, so Greyrax is no text. Okay, so we're gonna see, Haven Hill. Okay, so we get Greyrax, the, province resources, and then the coins are the platinum for, okay, so, Anvil. hammer. Okay, that's interesting. Um, humans, dwarves, halflings, elm, no, half elf, dwarvish, keto, Ketoland-ish. Okay, so principality is, hang on, let me go back to the Elix states, a dwarven monarch. So that's probably why they have this, the big, forging. Alright. Is generally located in the southwestern portion of Florence and is considered part of the Shadowmoor Valley region, bordered by the Lort Mill Mountains to the east, Old River to the north and west, and the Ezra Sea to the south. As of 951, the most populous towns are Havenhill. Oh, so Havenhill has a higher population than Greyhawk, which is the capital. Thunderstrike and East Pass, smaller village in the Principality of Thrunch. Okay. As of 591, the Principality totaled 538,400 persons, over half of whom are humans, mainly Sewell and Oredian stock. Right. So Sewell, I know, was just to the south of Blacunish, and they had that whole fight there. The Oredian, let me see where that is. We'll have to go back in a minute, but I just want to check something. This is how we do. Okay, no. Okay, I'm just checking the thing, because it's doing this thing. Or erase humans living in the Florence, though might language and culture. Okay. Sent the Orc. I think Orc is the capital. I'm pretty sure. I'm not the capital. The continent. Ull, where they were called Urdhai by Blacunish neighbors. Okay, so they starting 1,000 years ago, driven eastward into the Florence by orcs and goblins, mercenary by the Blacunish. Oh, so they were there, and then the Blacunish and the Sewell both fought them. And then they went east, and then the Sewell went east, fleeing the Blacunish, and then the Blacunish just kind of almost died out, and often conquering and assimilating the Flan natives and Sewell settlers, though some lands such as Shadowmoor Valley and Vale of Luna were settled more peacefully. The Great Kingdom was founded by a warlike Oredian tribe known as Eardi. Right, the Great Kingdom. So Eardi was the Great Kingdom. So at what point did the Oredian and the Sewell split? This is where I'm getting a little confused, because I was pretty sure that Nyrod of modern Kaoland and the Furry of modern are notable Oredian tribes. Okay, so different tribes of the different nations. Okay. Unmixed Oredians are most commonly found in Furundi, Perrinland, Shieldlands, North Kingdom of Eardi, and the Sea of Magdala, Awana, and Sindi. What? Marchland is province of the east of the... Okay. River... Okay. I'm gonna do this. Okay. Okay. Well, sorry. We're... So Oredian... Okay, so the humans are Oredian, who were... from the same kind of area as the Sewell and the Blacunish, before they moved east. Humans were just constantly going east, from what I can gather from, that. So I think they're probably displacing a lot of people. Okay, so there's that. Sure. Oh, I can put a link. Yeah. Hang on a sec. Okay, my internet's a little wonky, so we're doing that. Okay, so, I think I've told everyone I need to tell that I know I kind of did it, piecemeal, and it's kind of wonky, and I apologize for that. I do tend to, remember, screw around a lot. Okay, so, in any case, we're doing a pretty, okay, so Dorman and Gnomish. Okay, so wait. Hang on a sec. Let me, we're gonna do this and that. Okay. No more of that. So we got the Northern St. Cuthbert. Okay, I'm curious about St. Cuthbert, but let me see something here. So the Principality is the political state of the Flanaess, the 3 Ulic states, county, and then the duchy, which, so this is the one where, has Dwarven monarchy. Okay, so Allenstad Cormad is the Dwarven king. Right. Population, okay, so over half of whom are human. So this is interesting, right? So half of whom are human. Only 30% of the total population are dwarves. The dwarves outnumbering mountain dwarves by approximately 2 to 1. Halflings, they're pregnant in significant numbers. 10%. Okay, so it's 10. So, and then the remainder, mixed elves, gnomes, half-elves, and others. So just a handful of them here and there. Okay, so, Uala, the Dwarven, okay, so, who's Uala? Let's look at this. Goddess of hills, mountains, and gemstones. Okay, that's a pretty much vibe. Her holy symbol is a mountain with a ruby set in the heart. She places rubies in the earth as gift to miners who do her husband's work. Is depicted as a dwarven woman with gnomish facial features. And Skullringer, hammer. That's pretty cool. Blaird. Okay. Sorry. Blairid, apparently. Oh, it's Iridian god. So then I would assume that Ula is an Iridian goddess because she's married to an Iridian god. Metals, mines, and smiths. Holy symbol is an iron mule, as sturdy and patient as himself, or a hammer and anvil. Originally taught the Iridians ironworking. Pragmatic start preferring work to idle talk, created many of the artifacts used by the family, including a hammer of thunderbolts, and his wife's hammer, Skullringer, the husband of Ula, the Golden Hills of Bytopia, which is also home to the Gnomish pantheon. Huh. It's Blairid, Ifuala dwells in the Iron Hills and Outlands. The gifts of the earth exist to be taken and used to create practical works. Are expected to be strong of body and will. Encourages free flow of information. Knowledge of smithcraft should never be hoarded, but taught freely to anyone with talent for it. Those who are miserly in sharing what they have learned ought to be punished. Iridian god, worshipped primarily by gnomes, dwarves, and humans. Okay, let's go back to Ula. Or Ule, maybe? Stonewife. Lawful good. Worshipped by humans, dwarves, gnomes, and other benevolent races, dwell in the hills and the mountains. She is well known as, in the Ulic states, especially Principality, non-humans who worship will often integrate her into their own pantheons. Huh, so she was originally a, probably originally an, okay, how do you pronounce this? Oridian. I like it, Iridian. Okay. So she was originally a Iridian goddess, most likely, and then, got pulled into the Dwarven pantheon because she's, let's see. See, she's one of their, but her husband isn't. You'd think that was kind of weird. But, Blairid. Goddess of hills, mountains, gemstones. Like, it makes sense. But they never mention her husband. So I feel like she probably was an Iridian goddess originally because she was married to an Iridian god. Does that make sense? But, so we got that. Okay, let me see the Dwarven Pantheon. Baranor True Silver. Sorry, Baranor True Silver is, I was curious about her because, she is the, Dwarven goddess of, she's the goddess that, who does the thing? Lawful good. Moria was, a beard. Oh, and they showed her with the beard. I mean, it's a chin strap. She's really bad fashion sense if she's rocking a chin strap. But, you know, the braids and the beard is important. Let's look at vibe. Moradin, Race of Stone details a similar goddess named Maya, who is also listed as Moradin's wife. So, it's possible that Maya is an alternate name or aspect of Baranor rather than a wholly separate goddess. Okay, let's look at Moradin. Chief deity of the Dwarven Pantheon, his symbol is a hammer and anvil. Most clerics of Moradin carry a miniature Electrum Warhammer, often magically treated. Huh. Stern male dwarf, 20 feet in height. Oh, wow. His beard is long and flowing, reaching his knees. Snow Whiter, coal black. Extremes. Dresses plainly, wearing furs and leather leggings. And apples of a humble smith. On his forearms are his only concession to vanity, a pair of pure gold bracers. In battle, he wears Dwarven plate and carries a large shield. His large, glowing hammer is called Soul Hammer. A pure white radiance of divine power radiates from the Dwarf Father, though he can suppress this at will. Pretty cool. Baranor True Silver, right. Those the other gods of the Orc, Goblinoid, Kobold, and Evil Giant pantheons as well. Beltar's secret. Who's Beltar? Sorry, I'm doing a lot of Suel, goddess of malice, caves, and pits. Her holy symbol is right. The Dark Mother. Interesting. I feel like she was the one dragging apart the Suel at the seams while they were also fighting the Baclunish and during that whole freaking war thing. Right, sorry, I'm getting very off track because we're going. I mean, this is what always happens when I do. What's the word? Greyhawk lore dives is I end up getting way skewed off track. So I think if we do another Greyhawk day, we'll go back to Ulic and do more Ulic because we're actually doing pantheons instead of actual Ulic. But you know, this is how these work with the Greyhawk. Is just we figure this out and. I guess no one's coming to the stream today, which is fine. I don't mind if no one comes. I just, oh, fun. They're doing a cannon fire. That's why. Yeah, that's cool. They're doing they're doing another Greyhawk thing. That's why no one's coming here. I mean, also, I don't usually do Greyhawk, so the Greyhawk people aren't coming because they don't know I'm doing Greyhawk and they're doing their own thing. And all my other people are usually, I guess, asleep. It is very late. Later than I usually stream, to be fair. I just, my internet's finally cooperating, so, you know, I have to do that. But what I was going to do is go here and go here. Yeah, Baranor True Silver. So, I think, yeah, Moria does that. That's her goddess. And the beard braids, though. I mean, okay. It's cool that they put them in it all because they have a tendency to remove the beards on female dwarves, even though human dwarves, canonically have beards. It's just, like, who wears a chin strap beard? It's like, I feel like a goddess would have better fashion sense than to wear a chin strap beard. Maybe that's just me. Good healing, law protection. Wear silver chainmail and silvered helms. New Year's Day is her holy day, upon which annual sacrifices silver is made to her. Eric Boyd, yes. and Eric Mona. Two very cool guys. Eric Mona went on to do Pathfinder and is just the coolest. Awesome. He's just like the coolest. Let's see. Saint Cuthbert. I'm curious. I guess we're doing a Pantheon dive right now. So, of the cudgel is combative deity of wisdom, dedication, and zeal. Rumored to once have been a mortal man, Saint Cuthbert is an intermediate deity. His alignment has been variously interpreted as lawful neutral, with lawful good tendencies, lawful good with lawful neutral tendencies. Saint Cuthbert hates evil, but is more concerned with law and order, with converting the uninformed and preventing backsliding among the faithful. Huh. Interesting. The reason I knew Saint Cuthbert was because that was the Greyhawk. What was the Greyhawk? There's a church to Saint Cuthbert in Hamlet, and that was in the there was a the Greyhawk Awakening first part of the campaign. The players would often went there for multiple times, especially because they were traveling with a paladin of Saint Cuthbert, who then turned into an anti-paladin, and a common yokel or a white-haired mustached man in plate mail, but each one he is usually shown with a bronzewood cudgel. Foe of many even these, including Ayuz and Vecna. He's also intense rivalry Fultus. Who's Fultus? Hi, Christoph! Welcome! Hi! My name is Lee, also known as Lisi. They vibes tonight, but here she is fine. Welcome to my channel. So I generally, this is my setup. As you can see, it's pretty basic. What I've been doing, for tonight, is, going through Greyhawk, wiki, lore dives. So I started with the Principality Relic after I realized, and then I just was going through the Pantheon, and, because I was interested in the Pantheon, and then, especially Baranor True Silver, because I was curious on that, because it was more as, goddess. And then, Saint Cuthbert is actually quite worshipped in the Pantheon, Principality. I don't know about the other Ulics. But he's listed on the deities as most worshipped, along with Ula, but not her husband. Blair Thor. You'd think he would be, which it makes a little bit of sense, but, let's see. And then Fultus is, St. Cuthbert's rival, apparently, so I was just curiously... Oridian god of light, resolution, law, order, inflexibility, sun, and moons. Okay, so he is an Oridian goddess. That sounds kind of fun, actually. I mean, I'm not opposed to little blurbs. That was how I learned, was the Warhammer 40k lore, which, of course, you couldn't do short videos on that, but, wow, 2002. So Oridian god of light, law, order. So so St. Cuthbert is a rival to him, even though he's also god of law and order. I'm guessing because St. Cuthbert is an Aurelian god. Ula is, though, well, she's an Aurelian goddess, but she's not listed as an Aurelian goddess, even though she's married to an Aurelian god, which I feel like Blair... Okay, now I have to figure out how to pronounce his name. I'm mixing them up again. Okay, so, combative deity, it does not specify, most prevalent in the central Flanness, churches in Divers, Furondi, Grand Marsh, and Greyhawk, Killland, Perrinland, Shieldlands, Principality. Okay, so Principality, yeah, that's which, the County of Ernst, but not the other Ulics. That's interesting. Oh, no, Duchy of Ernst, not Duchy of Ulic, Luna, and Verbank. Okay, so, interesting. Uh-huh. Interesting. So here's the thing about St. Cuthbert is it doesn't specify which group of humans he belongs to. Just interesting. I'm sure he kind of belongs to all of them. But no. Ula, because I was started with her because she's the first goddess. And, of, Phaeton is interesting. Blared, that's it. But, so Blared is listed as an Oreadian goddess. Oreadian goddess, or Oreadian god. Blared is listed as an Oreadian god, and he's married to Ula, right? And Ula is not listed as an Oreadian goddess, which I think is kind of weird. Maybe that's just me. But, what else? Principality of Ulic. Well-known in the Ulic states, non-humans worship will often integrate her into their own pantheons, which is probably why she's not listed as Oreadian goddess, is because she gets integrated into other pantheons. Interesting. She seems pretty cool. And I feel like she, so the Principality of Ulic is independent feudal monarchy with hereditary rulership, currently ruled by His Serene Highness, Prince Olenstad Cornad of Lord of Peaks and Haven, Lord of the Peaks of Haven. All royal noble houses in the realm are Dorvin. The royal family, House Conrad, owns the city of Greyhawk, the national capital. Makes sense. Although there are more humans than dwarves, but monarchy's Dorvin. Principality is arms is blazoned quarterly. First pure perpetu a base density, or second and third a battle axe schools, fourth last diamond argent. So it's quartered. So, but then this one is the arms just has the battle axe and the picture of the arms. Okay, so okay. Currency coinage is the high crown, gold forge, electrum anvil, silver hammer, and the common copper common. All right. Okay, so all right, I'm gonna do something very I'm gonna look up what density the heck density is. A zigzag pattern. Okay. So it's some sort of zigzag. I feel like I am missing something on that. So the principality is no transportation or military. Okay, so here's the question about the let me look at Gyrax, because Gyrax is probably a port city, right? You'd think, being that it's right here and it's the head of all the trade routes. So if you were gonna put in the you would mention, right? Wouldn't I feel like if you're gonna do transportation for frickin' you might want to mention that they have this port, and it's the only Ulic with a port. I don't know if that means anything, that it's the only Ulic with a port, but that's interesting. Okay, well, there's one person of note within this. Oh, wow. That is half-elf Septian Celefarin. Born in Selene, he is nicknamed the White Lily and is guildmaster of the Thieves Guild. Okay. Well, okay, this is entirely I can see what like someone was talking about when you said there's not a lot of information on that. But hang on a second. Yeah, no, I agree. But if this page is correct, then the House Conrad is the ruler of the city of Gryrax, right? That would make sense. Uh, um, huh. Interesting. So, good to know. Good to know. That's what, yeah, because there's enough info to know that, sorry. That House Conrad runs it because he's the national capital. And there's several of the trade routes because Anna marked them on the map. The trade routes that come from there, which makes sense. Let's see. So the principality has that. Is that so? Is Gradsel is here? Is Gradsel in Kyoland or? Well, actually, it's marked out pretty highly. What if we go to here and go here? Let me see if I can find. Hang on. Kingdom of Kyoland. Here we go. Shinomar Valley, King Kimberto Scotti. 564, feudal monarchy. Oh, established 300 years, 42 years before current year. Nicole Drya, major towns. Okay, so the question is, founded by Sewell houses of Rola and Heli, Oredian nobles, which had also settled in the Shinomar Valley. Oh! That would be useful. Okay. So, Greyhawk Online. So I want to go to the other wiki. This is why I like new tools. Okay, this is good. Give me a second. Alright, let's do it. Ready? Nope. What we're going to do is this. Give me half a second. And then we're going to fix this. No. Not that. Hang on. Nope. Stop it. I'm going to have to type it manually. Give me half a second to fix this. Yep, here we go. Give me, So, Greyhawk, okay, so I see. Alright, this is, let's start with Shinomar Valley. Ready? We're gonna do this. Oh wow, there's a lot more, the Ulick states. Here we go. So we'll go to Ulick states. Different Greyhawk. Okay, so this is all the... Alright, that's good. See, I'm learning. I am learning all the time. I am so sorry. I don't... Okay. Alright. This is... very helpful. Okay. Let's... Principality of Ulick. Why don't we go Principality? We'll close out those, because I know... yeah, but I could have noticed. But the Principality Let's see. Lord of the Mountains to the sea. We got. Let's see what the. Let's see if Greyhawk has not much else on it. Okay, so it doesn't have much else, but huh? Oh, I see. Okay, as opposed to all these little sidebar boxes here. Okay, gotcha. All right. Um, Good to know. I will make a note of that. What I'm going to do, actually, is we're going to bookmark this tab. I know it sounds silly to bookmark like a stub article like that, but if I have a newer version of the Greyhawk wiki bookmark, then I can go to that one automatically and then go from there. Principality of Ulik. Let's do this. And then okay, I see. All right. Oh, actually, hey, wow, he actually has info on this version. Royal ruler of the Principality of Ulik, has ruled for more than 3 centuries and an aging but able sovereign. So he has a duke. He doesn't have any page, but Kaelan, rise and fall of Kaelan's brief empire and his survived bloody, hateful wars, right? Which the orcs of the Primage in the last century. It is rumored that Corond recently reached out to the Lordship of the Isles for assistance in the form of trade, which is great consternation in Gradzul and Irongate. Ships flying the colors of Lordship of the Isles visited Gyrax during most of 591. Such trade is expected to greatly increase this year. Huh. Okay, so here's the question. No. The question I had was, let's see, Gradzul. Why don't we try this? Major settlement in the Kingdom of Kaeland. Okay, so it is in Kaeland. Okay. Now we know Principality of Ulik. Okay. The reason county, we're gonna do that, and duchy. The reason I was curious about that one, because it's kind of on the border on the map. So it's the only other, if you look on this map here, it's the only other big coastal city it's the closest big coastal city to Gyrax, and so it is across the border. Okay. Good to know. Yeah. Okay, so the Principality, which we started with, Shadowmire Valley, Lord of the Mountains to the east, and Azure Sea to the south. We got... Who is... Phaeton... Hang on, let me double check that... No, Phaeton is different than... Okay, hang on. So we got St. Cuthbert. Ready? Let's... Foltas. Okay, Phaeton and Foltas are different deities. Already goddess of light, resolution, law, order, and inflexibility, sun, moons. So he has very similar Foltas and Phaeton. Okay, so Foltas is the one who is rivals with the St. Cuthbert because they overlap a lot of their domains, right? And then we go back. Okay, so Phaeton is let's see, Suel. Okay, so he's a Suel god of nature, beauty, and farming. Scimitar in front of an oak tree. Makes sense. So he's Suel god. Okay, so Foltas is a Oredian god, and Phaeton is a Suel god. It's probably interesting. Which pits him and his follower against druids, other nature gods, and others who would protect the wild from mankind's depredations. For this reason, he is a foe of Obad Hai. Weejas. Weejas? Hang on. Ah, that makes sense. Right, the Suel god of magic, death, vanity, and law. And her people were also big on the whole, right, that's another Suel goddess. Okay, Obad Hai, god of nature, woodlands, freedom, hunting. Originally a Flan deity. I'm pretty sure that Flan was there before all the other cultures were. That's the old, right? Interesting. And he has a beef with the Suel god of nature, Phaeton, because he's god of farming and not just nature. So, and, the breakdown of cropland, of wilds for farmland, which is a whole thing. Currently dwells, interesting. In its natural untouched state, can only be made more beautiful by the hand of mankind. Therefore, gardens, crop fields, and swamps drained for fertile soil are no less wondrous than mountains and forests. Which I kind of agree with. I think that's a pretty cool vibe. He also teaches that animals should be domesticated whenever possible, but those which prove harmful to man or his works should be destroyed. Chiefly human deity. Priests believe that man can always improve the design of nature, be clearing forests for agriculture, cutting roads through mountains, building dams, draining swamps, redirecting rivers, culling ugly or harmful plants, and domesticating animals. They protect farming communities and look for ways to best use the land to man's advantage. Each often chooses a region to oversee, usually 1 day's walk in diameter. Duchy and Principality relics. Earned states and among the humans of Selene. Okay, so there's Phaeton, and then Pholtus is the other god that clashes with... Right, and then we got Ula, goddess of that. We got the Dwarven Pantheon, including Baranar True Silver. We got... Ooh. Who's Norabo? Suel, god of luck, gambling, and risk. A pair of D8s! He has D8s. No, it's just really cool that he has the 8-sided die as his holy symbol. Human male of average height, features, and build. He can assume the form of animals and often does so when wishing to remain hidden. Norbo is known for his love of dice games, his willingness to bet on nearly anything. Has been paired with nearly all the Suel goddesses, but for the past 1,000 years has been the lover of Weejas. Harbors a strong dislike for Ralisha, who he feels gambling and risk-taking a bad name. Who's Ralisha? Okay. God of chance, ill luck, misfortune, and insanity. His holy symbol is comprised of 3 sticks of bone. Constantly shifts and changes, one moment beautiful, the next hideous, one moment male, the next female, or any such combination of opposites. Interesting. Kind of like Loki. The unlooked for. Aligned with Kurel, despised by Norbo, and is opposed by Rud, who Norbo is allied with. Shuns the other gods, but doesn't appear to harbor any particular hatred for any one of them. Dagba. Order does not exist, only random chance. Insane people are the ones who are the most in tune with the true nature of the universe. All in the bandit kingdoms. Interesting. It does not specify where he came from, or whose god he really is. Augury spells. Wild plays of complete opposites, light and darkness, heat and cold, noise and quiet. Interesting. Okay, so Ralishez is Norbo is not. Okay, so we got those guys. Alright, so Old Olimara, god of magic, the laughing rogue, god of magic, revels, wine, humor, rogues, and tricks. So Bacchus, basically. One of the more eccentric gods of Orth, is often involved in good-natured schemes involving other gods. Less good-natured for the more evil deities, with repercussions that can make life difficult for his faithful. He has few proper priests, but is held in high regard among almost all non-evil regions of the Flanaess. His holy symbol is the grinning mask. Others symbols of his faith include a cantil, a stringed instrument also known as cantel. Okay, so it's just how you spell it. And the number 9. His magical mask allows him to take any form, however. His favorite music instrument, the cantil of the oldest, can conjure illusions and real matter and shape the emotions of those who listen to it sounds if they were moist clay. Bard of the Gods is on good terms with Glitter Gold. Cord, Hieronymus, and Hexter may find him annoying at times, but they tolerate him because of his charms and humor. He even gets along with Zygig, which, despite their past run-ins, the Mad Archmage appreciates Olidamara's embrace of chaos. Sponsored the apotheosis of the demigod Rud, who remains his favorite among the divinities. Okay, Rud is also Aurelian goddess of chance, good luck, and skill. And is aligned with Nord. Right. Oh! Aurelian chance, good luck, and skill. As a great gambler, she knows every card game invented. Avoids completely cerebral games like Dragon Chess, finding them too easy. Holy symbol is a bullseye target. Huh. Interesting. Too easy. Interesting. Ooh, wait, so hang on. Rud is the Aurelian goddess of chance, luck, and skill. And she is... no... Hang on. It said that, Norbo, right? Was aligned with Rud? Allied with Rud, right. So he's the Suel god of luck, gambling, and risks. And he's aligned with the Aurelian goddess. That's interesting. I think that's interesting, personally. Because the two cultures kind of didn't get along, if I remember correctly. Like the Suel drove the Aurelian out the first time before the Clunish drove the Suel out, and they all just kept moving east. But the two gods of luck are allies. Interesting. Okay, hang on. Osperm. Oh, no, Osperm, sorry. Is Suel goddess of sea voyages, ships, and sailors. Pretty cool. Flowing gown, or it's dolphin, barracuda, or sperm whale. In human form, she wears a ring carved from whale's tooth, a gift from the grandfather of all whales. Huh. Okay, here's Zerbo, is the Suel goddess of the Suel god of the sea, sailing, money, and business. His holy symbol is the dragon turtle. So interesting. So the Suel gods and the Aurelian gods tend to pair up, or at least vibe with each other, despite the fact that they have overlapping. That's interesting. I think that's very interesting. Oh, sorry. I know I was kind of... No. Osprem is Suel goddess, and... Hang on. Zerbo is also Suel? No, you're right, they're both Suel. You're right. You're right. I mixed them up. His holy symbol is the dragon turtle. So, god of sea, sailing, money, and business. So that's probably why... kelp-like hair, wearing armor made from dragon turtle scales. Trident called Murky Deep. Married to the sea goddess. Interesting. Wait, hang on. So, also true. It is very interesting. But, occasional companion. Under her page listed as she's an occasional companion. Under his page is listed as wife. I also found that interesting. But, what I wanted to do was, Prokin is Aurelian god of the seas. So they're rivals. That makes sense. Sea weather, salt, sea life, navigation. Holy symbol is gold and coral trident above a pierced... Ooh, that's kind of a cool symbol, actually. So so Procan and Zilkas is a Redian god of power, prestige, money, business, and... Okay, so that's why they're the two Redian gods that overlap with Zorkas's domains, because he has the sea domain and he has the money domain. And the two gods that overlap with that are his rivals. Zilchus, the Oredian gods who overlap with that are his rivals. Okay, that makes sense. Zerbo. So, Osprem and Zerbo. Interesting, hang on. So Zerbo is not frequently worshipped, but Osprem is. That's interesting. Ooh, who's Elohorn? Sorry, Elona is the goddess of forest, woodlands, flora, fauna, and fertility. She's known to elves as Elenstra. Her holy symbol is a rampant unicorn or unicorn's horn. Elhora is variously depicted as an elven or human woman, often associated with unicorns and other sylvan creatures. When in human form, Elona speaks as dark-haired human woman, but as Elenstra, she appears as a golden-haired elven maiden. Her eyes are deep blue or startling violet. Her garments may be practical garb of a ranger or the rich gown of an elven princess. She carries a longbow that always hits its target. Her human aspect has special power over horses, while Elenstra has similar command over unicorns. Intense rivalry with Obadhai, where the neutral good Alana advocates beauty and goodness for unspoiled nature. The true neutral Obadhai sees nature as brutal and uncompromising. She is the enemy of Karan, who represents nature's dark side. She's friendly with Celadrine than most good aligned deities allied with Atora. She serves the planet, served by a planetary named Novali, enemy of Karen, who represents the beast god. Is a vile god of savage lust and wanton destruction, representing the dark side of nature. Nod, broken bone, and bloody teeth for a symbol. Hulking humanoid covered in fur, sporting sharp teeth and claws. While certainly bestial and carnivorous, he cannot be said to resemble a specific type of carnivore as a canine or feline. Rather, he encompasses all such beings. The Book of Vile Darkness says deities described in that book are fairly minor in comparison to Erenthal and Vecna, because their counterpart in the Book of Exalted Deeds are explicitly demigod level. It seems like the Karen is as well. Hi, Sig! Welcome. We're doing the Seraldine. Oh, I see. Seraldine, not a specific god as such. It's the elven. Okay. We're doing is a pantheon of elves. So Corellian got elves. Oh yes, Corellian, which we were discussing earlier. So they don't list Elhenstra among them, which I find interesting. Also, Sig, welcome to our thing. We're doing a little bit of Greyhawk deep dive lore. I was gonna do Ulik, and then I got kind of caught up in the deities, and so yeah, we're basically doing a deep dive into the pantheon of Greyhawk. That's where that name comes from. Good to know. Sorry. Yeah, so basically we're doing We started with the Principality of Ulik. And then I started going through all of the gods that worship there in Ula. And then I started going, as I started, going through the different about the gods. And actually I was using the wrong wiki. So the less updated version, which is kind of fun. But now I have this, so that's cool. St. Cuthbert, Phaeton. Okay. God of Horizons, Distance, Travels, and World. Okay. Farlangen. I think. Farlangen. One lady of the world of Orth. He wanders the world in person, his petitioners present, in spirit form, at crossroads and in mysterious oases. His symbol is a disc with a curved line representing the horizon and an upturned crescent above that. You remember a lot more than I do about Greyhawk. I'm trying to learn more. Hence the deep dive and trying to figure out where all the deities fit and where they're all from. Because a lot of Farlangen. Okay, so it depends on how you spell it. His skin is wrinkled and weathered, but his green eyes sparkle with life. He bears unremarkable travel-stained clothing of leather and unbleached linen, carries an Orth disc, a magical version of his holy symbol. Can, if he wishes, summon a dust quasi-elemental, an earth elemental, magma para-elemental, or ooze para-elemental to serve him. He cannot be harmed by earth spells and cannot be surprised while on the prime material plane. Oh, thanks. I know, Kristoff is kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie. And came to the stream, which also is pretty cool. And also does the Orth Journal, which is the published version, I believe. I know who mentions it. Blue Box mentions it quite often, the Orth Journal, and Kristoff as the leader of it. Wow, okay, he's level 40. Neutral with good tendencies. Brother Celestine is the Aurelian god of stars, space, and wanderers. His symbol is black circle set with 7 stars, and his color is black. Okay, so Celestine. Okay, so if hang on. If Farlangen's brother is Celestine, then he is obviously an Iridian goddess, right? Iridian goddess. Iridian god, sorry, he's an Iridian god. I think so, right? I mean, that makes sense. Wait a second. Let me check something. Hear me out. It was Norbo. So a god of luck and gambling, and his symbol is D8s. Okay, he's cool. Allied with Rudd, who is the interesting. But Ralishaz, I want to see something about Ralishaz. Gender, okay, so he's written as gender male, but he often manifests in a female form, which I guess makes some sense. I was just curious because they mentioned that Ralishaz did that, so I was like, oh, hang on, if that's listed. Sorry. I am... Every time I stream, I get to the, Yeah, I was gonna say, Sky and Stars are... I mean, um... I'm not an aspiring librarian. I'm an aspiring librarian for everyone, because I find not war, lore. Sorry, I find lore amazing and wonderful. So I try to get as much as I can, and the Greyhawk community has been so awesome, so of course I do a deep dive into Greyhawk lore every now and then. But, I mean, if I find any sources, I will help with the wiki, but the only source I have is the wiki, so, Azure Sea to the south. Punching monsters is cool. When, I play a monk in a campaign with Sig. And our characters are, interestingly inexplicably linked, because I forgot to factor in Brunhild when I created Amethyst's character, so, I do like playing monks. There is a lot to be said for it. It's quite a fun sort of thing to do. I think I'm playing a monk right now in a campaign on Sundays, Finian, and my first male character ever was a monk, Consequence. He was, cool. And then I think every male character I played after, at least every cis male character I played after that for quite a while had, monk levels, because yeah, okay, you have to, Amethyst is, by definition, a disaster lesbian, and Brunhild can behead ogres. A very gorgeous-looking dwarven woman who can behead ogres. There is... It was... Editing for, spelling and making sure the links are linked. Like, half-elves isn't linked here, but I bet there's a page on half-elves somewhere, so you would link it here, right? That would be the kind of thing you would, need stuff to do. House Conrad. Okay, Coronet. National capital. Oh, this is the quartered one. Density, that's what they mean by the... Okay. Second and third, a battle axe, and a diamond. Okay, that makes sense. True. Coinage. Okay, so... Principality... So the three Ulekian... the three Uluk states are, aligned, interestingly. Okay, so we... I think we went to all of the half-elves. I want to know if there's a page in half-elves. Okay, so let's go with the county. County Palatine of Uluk. Political state in Flanness, and one of the three Uluk states, they being Duchy, Count Palatine Lewin, hereditary feudal monarchy, Jurn, foodstuffs, copper, silver, gems, gold sun, mirror pool, silver moon, and copper cask. Alright, Suoi's House of Rola founded the city and later... Wait a second. Uh-huh. Oh, that's why. I see. Okay. Rolla. Hang on. Old River. Sulois. Government heraldry. Hang on. Somebody. What was it? Half elf. No, the house definitely was somewhere. Okay, never mind. I thought no, don't do that. Hang on. Did the thing. Okay. I realize I've been streaming a lot longer. Okay, so 323 years before the dawn of the common year, Imris of the Sulois house Rolla founded a city in later state called Let's see, is the capital, right? Jernra. Aligning with local halflings and gnomes, Immerse and his household founded a citadel on what they called the Hill of the Stars by the bank of the Kuil River. Many of Immerse's troops and servants were Iridian. So a lot of his people were Iridian, but he was a Sulois house of Rolla. So the Sulois and the Iridian are like heavily intertwined. Interesting. Attracted the stability of his realm. In time, a steady influx of Sulois who had repented of war joined them as well. So they basically said F this to the war with the Clunish and went to join them. Expert leadership helped knit them together into a city and nation called Jernr. In 292 Common Year, absorbed peacefully into Cataland as the capital of County of Uluk. Okay, hang on. I'm not a scholar. I just noticed patterns. But okay, so so 506, the height of the hateful wars, refugee orcs, goblins laid siege upon Jernra, but failed to break it. When Chaos sea power was at its lowest, raiders from the Sea Princes tried unsuccessfully to attack by sailing up the Cool. Neither of these events had any long-term effect on Jern being beyond inspiring the construction of new watchtowers along the river and higher city walls. He, she, they, I'm kind of fluid, so I don't know if you recognize the flag. So I usually say at the beginning whether I'm a he, she, or they vibes tonight, but I like he. It works. Either way, you know. I'm pretty flexible. It's just I really don't like when people, like, default to she all the time. It gets to be kind of crazy. The demi-fluid flag. I actually made myself a version, because it's really hard to find, like, pins and stuff with the version, because the ombre is kind of a bitch to do in, any kind of, like, fabric or anything. It's the the flag. Okay, so different flags. There are a lot of flags. I don't know all of the flags. I know, true, but I would figure you'd be the, basic yellow, black, purple, white. I can't remember what order they go in. Flag. And even a lot of NBs don't know all the flags. But this is my personal favorite flag, so I keep it on the top corner of the screen. Okay, so hang on. That's the principality. Hang on. No, we wanted no. Oh, hang on. You couldn't even see. I just realized that I screwed that up, so you couldn't even... Dutchery County. Hang on. There we go. And I had the whole genre. I had that. So hang on. I had that up and then you couldn't even see it because I couldn't put the thing. Yeah, I do tend to occasionally get sidetracked into gender related rants and get very sidetracked if Sig's in the thing. Yeah, I do mostly Warhammer 40k. Well, that's not true. Mostly Warhammer 40k, but also Thirsty Axe Lesbians, which is Thirsty Sword Lesbians, but I redid it with dwarves and axes because specifically for Sig, and not specifically, but as a kind of thing for suggested that we do that Brunhild would be like, no, you can't do swords. And so it's like, okay, we'll do axes. Yes, Brunhild, who is the one the Amethyst got crazy dragged into hitting on. Halfling. Okay, so the County of Ulick. Okay, so hang on. If hang on, was the County of Ulick? So if the history of the hang on. Duchy is ruled by an elven monarchy. Ulick is ruled by a monarch that must be part of Druidic hierarchy, mainly by humans with large gnomish and halfling populations. But principality is a okay, let's go with the Summer Valley. Hang on. I was fair enough. Okay, Kingdom of Keoland. This is what I want to know as to why oldest continuously ruled human realm in the Flyness and can trace unbroken line of succession back to almost 1,000 years. I'm new to Greyhawk in that I started in Galorion and then a butchered version of Galorion and then, Keoland. Kimbos, Gyoti, okay. Constitutional monarchy. Neoldra. Okay, hang on. So here's what I want to know. My point, sorry, okay, so this is administrative divisions. So, was the County of Ulick, previously, hang on, okay, so here, the early rulers of Ulick built castles, territory, fought the Goblin War, in which they armied, forced the Goblin Zergs back to the Lord Mill Mountains, sometime between 5 and 600 OR, which is 145 to 45 Common Year, Underorth. One Count Cartier, one of the most beloved of County Ulick's rulers, ruled the County of Ulick at a time of strife between the three Ulick states, and fortifications were evidently constructed along the Cool River and the Old River. Between 55 Common Year and 155 Common Year, the Ulick states were strong allies of one another, but overshadowed by growing kingdom of Keoland Eredi. Okay, hang on, because this is County of Ulick was incorporated peacefully into the Kingdom of Keoland. I knew it. Okay, so County of Ulick was part of Keoland. This makes sense. Around 361, at the height of Keoland's imperial conquest, the County of Ulick was expelled. The County of Ulick expelled Keoland's royal garrisons, although this was accomplished without bloodshed. Enchantment magic was employed, however. Keoland didn't formally recognize the county's independence until approximately a century after the fact. So, okay. Now we're making some sense. So, hateful royals embroiled the county of Uluk as well as the other Uluk states. Jurnra was besieged by refugee goblin orcs at this time, though it did not fall. The Druids of Uluk used the healing skills to assist their allies, while the county as a whole provided food and raw material primarily to the principality. So they weren't three states. Okay, so minus 145, the three states were separate even back then. Because this is... Yeah, I'm trying to do more research into it. Okay, so the state became absorbed into what now the county of Uluk. The minus 145 to minus 245 to minus 145. The so minus 323. The Imris founded the city, Jurnra. Okay. I think we're gonna have to do... Hey! Amethyst is gonna survive. And Jasper is freaking... Plus that, their family doesn't come from Greyhawk. Their family comes from, what's the Castle Crusades setting? I want to say Allendale, but that's a town in New Jersey. Give me a minute. Arid. Airden. Yeah, that's where, yes, we took on some properties of the new home, but I work in, okay, no, I do not work in New Jersey. I live in New York, which is but I live right next to the New Jersey border, so I used to be able to cross the state line into Montvale every day. And actually, Allendale is in our jurisdiction of the sorting office where I work, so I go through FedEx packages and pick out ones for specific New Jersey towns, but not other New Jersey towns. So I know New Jersey towns, basically. That is part of my job. I'm not from there originally, so I don't have the accent, but I do live pretty much in sorry, that was bad of me. Arid, right? Yes, that's the one. But she still grew up there. She still remembers her homeland, her place, she might be shifting slightly, but she's still from there. She still holds that in her heart. Along with her brother lost there and her other family. Oh! So is Robert Phantom. Where in New Jersey? Because how far from the New York state line are you? And are you along Kinderkamak Road? That's an important question. Because Kinderkamak Road is the big one. What was I gonna? Oh yeah. A purple unicorn on a... Ooh, it's kind of cool. Oh, okay, so... Oh, that's very... complete opposite end in New Jersey. I'm... Like... Yeah, I know we did. I remember this. I mean, yeah, okay, true. New Jersey's not that big a state, but, like... It's still quite a while. I don't even think that the NJ Transit goes that far down. It, like, doesn't go to large chunks of the... If you look at the map, it's... I don't have a car, so I just take NJ Transit everywhere. It's, you know, it is what it is. Okay, hang on. Curious about... less originally known to the Flan... Berry is goddess of agriculture, family, and home. Her holy symbol is a sheaf of wheat stalks. Yeah, like I said, it doesn't go that far. It's you're way down. So actually kind of like a Rassel, actually. Gives off a Rassel vibes. Hang on. Though, she also gives off similar vibes to hang on. Berry. Okay, Berry is the what's the one? Hang on. Principality, we got Phyton. Yeah. So she actually kind of is Phyton, not like Phyton, maybe? Hang on. Look, states, county, we go to county, and then Berry and Beroy. Yeah, apparently they're some to be lesser at... Oh, I see, okay. Flan goddess of Orth, nature, and rain. She is also known as the Orth Mother. Her symbol is either green disc marked with a circle or rotund female figure. Like so. Berry, ooh, and Ula. More hearth and home and agriculture. Well, family, home, and agriculture. Her symbol is a sheaf of wheat, so... I mean, I feel like they're closely linked. Ish. Maybe that's just me seeing... what, because I'm seeing all the gods at once. But, officiate over wedding ceremonies, attend births, and protect and teach their communities. Some clerics of Berry choose to wander, planting seeds, carrying news between communities, and even looking for exotic crops. They often adopt their adventuring campaigns as if they were true family in every sense of the word. Baranor. Oh, Baranor Truesilver. The, hang on. We were, actually, Baranor Truesilver was our, Baranor Truesilver was, well, okay. Alright. So, the list of Doran Pantheon doesn't work, but we, Barry's page, yeah, she's, hang on. Yeah, relationships. Beore. Yeah. We had, the other Greyhawk wiki, which, you know what, I'm gonna do something. We were looking in the other... We're going... okay, yeah, this is the other wiki, but, Baranor Truesilver. We were kind of going... I was using this, which is the wrong, wrong wiki. There's two versions of the Greyhawk wiki, and this is not the right one, but it does have Baranor Truesilver as... it does have a link for the Doran Pantheon, and... Baranor Truesilver is safety, truth, home, and healing. Okay. But... what was I going to say? Oh, yeah. We were going to go back one again. Berry, and... oh, no, sorry. Not... no, Berry... Love as bright as blood. Manifestation of Orth herself. No, we kept going back and yes. Selene in theory. Interesting. Okay, what is the Old Faith? Let's see. Chief Druidic Order of the Flores. Its Grand Druid claims authority over the whole of Orth, though other Druidic orders exist in other lands. Are strongly associated with the faiths of Beori and Obad High. The Old Faith is also encompasses other deities, particularly those connected with natural phenomena. A quartet of gods representing the seasons is common, although identities of these deities vary from culture to culture. Alright, cool. Let's do it. This is much later than I usually end up streaming, but closely with the bards of the Old Norhams, to whom they entrust many of their secrets. The Druids of the Old Faith are more loosely allied with the Rangers of the Gnarly. These alignments differ, but the goals are compatible. The Old Faith opposes the entities of Far Realm, the cult of elemental evil, which are entirely outside of and hostile to the nature they protect. Makes sense. Has divided the Flores into 9 separate regions, each under the domain of a great druid. These regions are known colloquially as the Bacloonish West, the Bitter North, Blackmoor, Western Near Div, which is the big inland sea, Sheldamar Valley, Old Kaeland, Empire of Ayus, Thrylonrian Peninsula, Barbarian North, Old Erde West, the Old Erde East, and the isolated realms. All the druids of the Old Faith within a specific region are organized into a circle. Adherents of the Old Faith hold trees, particularly oak and ash, and the sun and the moon to be as sacred. Druids of the Old Faith believe they must protect trees, plants, crops from destruction. To a lesser extent, they protect their human followers and animals as well. They recognize that humans, humanoids, and animals need food and shelter, and don't begrudge them the right to hunt or practice agriculture if they do so responsibly. Druids of the Old Faith may not destroy woodlands or crops, though they may work to change the nature of these things if they feel it is worth the effort to do so. For example, an Old Faith druid could cleanse a corrupted wood of its evil taint, but the Old Faith is strongly neutral in alignment, believing that good, evil, law, and chaos should exist in balance. The Old Faith holds itself aloof from worldly affairs, being primarily concerned with the cycles of nature, life, death, and rebirth. They view all things as part of the great cycle, with good and evil only temporary phases. Only when the cycle itself is threatened do they feel called to action. Communities are found throughout the Flores. Most of inhabitants of Hamlet belong to the Old Faith, for example. Actually, a funny story about Hamlet. When Blue Box started out his campaign in Hamlet, what he wanted to do was have a bunch of shopkeepers in Hamlet that the players could interact with as role play outside of the games. And I actually got roped into being one of those shopkeepers. Hannah, who was, she had quite an interesting history, but she was from Greyhawk originally. And, you know, was from Greyhawk originally and was a shopkeeper in Hamlet that I created and portrayed and was, vibed with. And then I ended up creating the other one in Greyhawk, like another tailor shop that the players could have gone to, but they didn't have a chance to do shopping in between session roleplay, so now it's just that never happened, and now we have to figure out Rel Astra and whether RDM is going to let us do whether John is going to allow roleplay for the Blue Box characters between sessions, which I hope he will, because then we can have I can go back to being shopkeeper. Fifth communities, druids of associated deities make up the priests of the Old Faith. Common symbols are oak leaves, holly leaves, and mistletoe. Druids of the Old Faith have their own secret language known as Druidic. It shares roots with the Flan tongue, but is much more specialized, dealing mostly with the natural world and the growth of plants. Many Druids also learn languages of centaurs, elves, gnomes, green dragons, hill giants, lizard folk, manticores, treants, and fae. That... Okay. Prefer to live in sacred groves, small, simple houses built of log, stone, or sod. Higher levels, they generally dwell in building complexes in woodland areas. The Old Faith lowered ranking clergy are known as aspirants, who seek admission to the order. Next are ovates, who read auguries and perform minor administrative tasks. Next are the initiates of the first circle, followed by the higher ranking initiates of the second through ninth circles. Above these ranks are those who have the right to the title of druid. There are only 9 druids to each region. Above the 9 druids are 3 archdruids, who answer the great druid in their region. Admission to the rank of druid, archdruid, and great druid is only granted via trial by combat. It is said above all the great druids stands a single grand druid whose domain includes the entirety of Orth. Formal grand druids are said to make up an inner circle of ascended mystics known as Hierophants of the Cabal, although their existence is not remarked on outside of the Old Faith hierarchy. Interesting. Old Faith service take place in megalithic stone circles or woodland groves. Oak groves are particularly common, but ash is also all the sacred, and Declo and Usk groves are sometimes also used. Each type of tree has a different meaning among the Old Faith, and so different groves are favored for different purposes. Okay. The 4 festivals of Needfest, Growfest, Richfest, and Brewfest are all observed by the Old Faith. The night of the Great Moon's Glory, Radiant 11th, is also held as sacred. Emerged from ancient nature cults of Flan. Good to know. Sorry. As the faith grew, it spread to Ordians and Solis groups, who adopted its concept to their own deities, though Baroi remained the chief deity associated with the faith. In ancient times, the Old Faith druids allied themselves with dark magic users of Flan, such as Vecna, electing not to challenge their depraved evil rites and spells. The Old Faith still preserves some of their magical secrets. Well, I usually keep streaming until I can't stop yawning. That's how I usually do it. It's not a perfect system, but this is really getting intensely interesting. So I'm staying up much later than I usually do. I usually crash out around 12:30 to 1, depending on. So not much longer than my usual streams. Although once I start get going with the yawning, it gets worse. Still preserving Vecna's magical secrets. Oh, Vecna betrayed them and died when the Lich twisted their powers over nature into powers of undeath. Alright. Demon Gorgon, horrified by the chaos, least Hextor worshippers. They eagerly slaughtered all the Flan priests they found, driving the surviving druids into the wilds within the land controlled by Aerdi. Interesting. Prophesied they would survive Aerdi rivals, and with the recent fall of the Great Kingdom, prophecy came true. So, who is Hextor? Aurelian god of war, discord, massacres, conflict, fitness, and tyranny. Symbol warning used by followers, Hextor's black spiked gauntlet holding 6 arrows. Oh, wow. Alright, I am gonna do the thing I appreciate all of you coming to the stream. It was a little wonky in the beginning, so I'm gonna do. Okay, so here's the cool thing. I didn't even get. Oh wait, so hang on. Pomage. Hang on. The Principality of borders the Pomage. Yeah. Basically, this happens at the end of the streams. I basically just keep streaming until I come to a good stopping point, and I'm extremely tired, and then I just call it a night. And thank you all for coming, because I always say thank you. I really appreciate it. Okay, sponsors. I do have a sponsor. Fun fact. I did not pass out. Let me just double check one thing. So it does work. Relentless Rebels is a jewelry company that was nice enough to sponsor me. I really appreciate it. They make really cool nerdy jewelry and of pretty good quality. You should check them out. You can get 20% off. The shipping does take a long time. So if you're in the US, and that is not true. That is an exaggeration. Hyperbole, if you will. I do start yawning, though. But yeah, Relentless Rebels is really cool. They make some fun jewelry, and so if jewelry is your vibe, check it out. They're pretty cool, and you can get 20% off by using this handy dandy code they gave me because they like me, and they want me to, promote them. What else? Code Relentless Rebels. Thank you for being awesome. Tomorrow I'm gonna do 1:30 stream afternoon. Warhammer 40k. I don't get that bad. So yeah. Tomorrow's gonna be Warhammer 40k because it's Thursday. And I think what we're going to do is one of those noble houses. We're going to try to figure out the noble house and, work through that vibe because we have the new character. Darren, who you named. I'm fine. And then Friday is going to be, what did I say I was going to do on Friday? Yeah, absolutely. I will tell you the next time I do a Greyhawk stream. I usually stream, I do Warhammer 40k world building, and then I do my own world building. I think I'm going to do, on Friday, I love Greyhawk, though. That's why I do Greyhawk. What did I say I was going to do? I said I put the schedule for the stream up, so now I have to do what the schedule says. So... Pathfinder 1st edition. So, we're going to do, Pathfinder 1st edition on Friday. Yeah, absolutely. You are always welcome back, both for the Greyhawk streams and for the other streams, too. We just do world building. Always fun. But yeah, so I'm going to do 1:30 p.m. streams for tomorrow and Thursday, and then Monday, first thing in the morning stream before, I think we're doing another 12 o'clock prime next Monday, so I'm gonna do early morning streams. So if you guys wanna stop by, I'll definitely do at least one Greyhawk stream next week. Either Monday, Wednesday, or Friday. We'll see when that is. Is there anyone cool open we could raid? Third Action is doing Pathfinder. I feel like I should raid them. Pathfinder's the vibe. Yeah, we're gonna raid Third Action. That's the plan. So we'll go pop in, check in on them. Probably doing something fun. I'll probably leave them on when I get ready for bed. But, Ooh, that's true. Actually, Christoph, you could be a special guest. I've had occasionally we'll bring on special guests to on the stream. So yeah, you are. Next time I do a Greyhawk stream, I could bring you on as a special guest if you want. As long as you. We'll just go over Zoom because if we go over Discord, it might not work. So, um, we had a lot of trouble, technical difficulties, connecting over Discord for the. Hey, Sir Roderick. What? Okay, that was. Sir Roderick was kind of cool, and Sir Roderick would not exist if it wasn't for you. So you have only yourself to blame for having to fight Sir Roderick. All right. Good night. Yeah, I had Rock Safarius on to talk about his what was his world? He sent me his world building, and we just kind of no, that particular version of him got killed, but Roderick von Steelfeather got killed. Roderick von Ironfeather is still alive and well. You put his name wrong, so now there are two versions of him. It is so it is. Alright, we're rating. I need bed. You guys, thank you for hanging out with me, and I will see you all next week, tomorrow, whenever you pop by. Alright, let's do it. Night night. Wait, hang on.